coming to participate in a ceremony. I mean, they're coming here not for other purpose, just for this one, just for this exceptional one, for participating in a ceremony. Then we have the opening. In the church, we have the priest coming, talking to the believers, very often privately or half privately, and in the theater, we have the curtain, we have the raising of the curtain, fading of the lights, etc., etc. So this is the kind of opening. And in medieval play, we also have the leader who is coming up on the stage, and talking to people and announcing, we can say, the performance. So then the opening. Then we have the real. So this is like the first step is reading. It's reading in 3 acts. Let's remember in the liturgy we have reading. First is Old Testament, so the roots of the believing of religion. Then the New Evangelion. Okay, so this is the roots, this is the message, and then these are like letters. The letters is the message, it's intellectual, we can say. There's a history, a story, with the characters, etc. Now we have one voice, very deeply intellectual, it's mostly the Paul. So he's teaching us, what to do, and it is, if this one is a tradition, this one is for the congregation, because the letter is directed, it's a speech directly given to the congregation. Then we have the new, the evangelion, which is the essence of the religious message, which brings the person of the Christ, and the Christ personally will then be present in the liturgy, because this is the liturgy of celebrating the Christ and his resurrection. Then we have praise. Praise are new and the psalms. We have psalm, which is again connection with the Old Testament. Okay, and we have the new, say, songs. The very, mostly the very carrying songs, of our time. So there's a connection again with the tradition and the contemporary. Well, there's also the next step, as you see, is the change between the spoken word and the music and the singing one. So the spoken is the story, as I said, and the intellectual message, and the music or the singing one is the emotional one. And if this one is given by the leader, by the priest, to the congregation who are listening, emotions. It's a preparation. It's going up, and it's going through the intellect and individual to the group, to the group emotions. Now, when people are all integrated in the same message, same emotions, etc., it's time for the Tal. And the Tal is a silent ceremony given by the leader. By the leader who is, in fact, in this time, he was a leader for all these ceremonies, but now he is a performer. Because what is what the priest is doing now, is saying, okay, we told all the messages we needed. We sang all the songs we were living on. Now we are ready to meet the message, to meet the mystery. The mystery is in gestures, doing like that, doing like that, doing like that, doing like that, etc., etc. So the people participating by or through watching the feast, the feast, what is the feast? The feast, what Christ was doing. It was Christ who was, sharing the bread, sharing his blood. Okay. First of all, the priest is getting the Christ body and is swallowing somehow. So the Christ body is becoming his body. The Christ blood is becoming his blood. The Wild Ghost blood. You feel that? And then in the second time, in the second part, he says, this is transformed, and this is what you're watching is a mystery of transformation. Okay, transubstantiation. So now the priest is a representation of the Christ. Then is stepping out of the altar, and the body of the Christ and his blood, because he's now following the gesture of the Christ as the one who belongs to the congregation. First, in the name of Christ, then transformed into Christ physically somehow, because what is very important in the Catholic liturgy, the transformation is real, as you know. This is not symbolic, so this is real, it happens. So when the Christ is when the priest is transformed, he's really transformed somehow, So he's now the Christ in his own person. Being himself, he is the representation of the Christ, and then he is sharing his body. Okay. This is very important in the liturgical, in the Catholic liturgy, because the fact that it's done really, the transformation is real, because it means that it's both spiritual and physical. And the physicality is the evidence of the reality of what is done spiritually. So it is visible, it is audible, it is touchable. And the priest is at the same time physically present for those who are watching him, for the participants. But at the same time, he's not himself physically, because he's the embodiment of the Christ. actor, the performer, known by name and being equal to us, being just normal man. Okay? And we, in the same time, we do believe in his existence, and we don't believe in his existence. We do believe we need his following his physicality, but at the same time, we need to take him, to treat him as a medium for the character. And even the character we treat as a medium for the message, which is absolutely mysterious. Okay? After that, this is the top, okay? And now we're going back, down, you can say, to the congregation. And the priest is now participant. So now he's the leader. The leader, the performer, the leader is becoming performer, and the performer is becoming participant, because now is equal to the people sharing with them, the body and blood of Christ. After this, we're going back to the level of the opening, and we have a closing. So we have the closing, and after that, we have the final. Amen. And blessing. Blessing is go out. In theater, we have clapping. We have pulling the curtain down. We have, the lights on, and let people go back. We have the Christ, the performers, bowing and saying goodbye to people, etc., getting applause, and the priest, now becoming the participant, is made step down from the altar, and without the very special garment, he's one of the people. He belongs to the congregation, talking to people, etc., etc. So you see, the form is absolutely the same. The spot is intentionally separated. The relationship between the leader, performer, and participants is also the same. We do have the story, and we have the message, direct philosophy, we can say, or something, and we have the spiritual message in the background. We have the chorus, as in the tragedy, but in the same time we have the spoken and the emotional, the intellectual, or the interchange of intellectual and the emotional. And then we have a pure performance, physical performance. The most important probably is not so much the performer and the leadership, etc., as the congregation itself.